Hi, hello there again, it's Jock here again for Scotland. Well, I was just thinking back there, you know, just you do that in the morning there, like, you know, when you get to my age you start to ponder a wall, like, you can. I was thinking about the first time I ever went to the scale. Oh, I'll tell you, you can, when you're at the scale you say to yourself, oh, I wish I wasn't at the scale, I wish I was left, and you wish you were this, that and everything. And then after you've been left the scale for a number of years, you say to yourself, oh James, I wish I had stayed in at the scale, and I wish I had paid attention more, and I wish I'd never done all these plugging the scale, you know. There's nothing worse, you know, all the bairns nowadays are all the same. You'll say, oh, I'll be glad when I leave the scale. I didn't like it. I think the only thing you didn't like is the continual doing of the same thing. God, I forgot the word there for it. Repetition, that was it. The word repetition. Far too much repetition of things. I suppose that's how they brainwash you, like, you can. And then you get other skills where you've got to wear a posh uniform. Well, I went to a scale that was cried Kelty Public. It was not one of them posh public schools. Public school in Scotland is a different meaning for the public schools do in England. You started off in the primary scale in Kelty, and then the bigger scale was just next to it. Well, it wasn't really the bigger scale. What happened was you went first when you were 5 to the primary. It's all changed nowadays, but you went there when you were 5, and you bid there until you were maybe about, I'd say about 8 or 9, and then you would go into the big scale that was there, and you would bide there until you passed your 11 plus, or if you didn't pass it, it was 6 1/2 dozen, you still got your choice to go to any of the 2 high scales. And one of the high scales that you could go to was one called Beath High in Cowdenbeath. Well, a lot of the bairns there had to wear a black blazer and grey flannels and look really smart. And then there was Oakfield Secondary, that was in the town itself. And the good thing about Oakfield Secondary was you didn't need to get up too early in the morning because the scale was just down the road. But if you were at Beath High, you had to get up in the morning for the scale bus. So I just says to my mother, here, I didn't fancy that. Getting up too early to go away in a scale bus. Plus I says, look mother, I've got to wear one of them fantush uniforms. And you ken my father and you can't afford that kind of money on a uniform. Because no longer you got it on and you're ground out of it. So I'll tell you what to do. I've just got an old scale tie off of Ballydure there. That'll do me. I'll just stick that on my white shirt. And she says, well, it's up to yourself. Well, when I was a bairn at Kelty Public in Junior 1, my scale career had just begun. And by God, talking in class was just no done. But I ignored it. I was wearing my old scale tie. The lessons I learned were far from few, reading and writing and doing the arithmetic too. As more and more I grew and grew, and I kept stretching my old scale tie. Well, I got a wee bit older, and in the science class I was near first rate, confusing salt with precipitate. Nor was I overjoyed when the acid ate half of my old scale tie. And then at last the final day appears. I read my bits and pieces amid loud cheers, and quite overcome I wipe my tears on the end of my old scale tie. Well, I was out cruising last year at Rothsay Bay, and a man fell overboard one day, and he cried for help. Help, help, I pray. And you'll not believe it, I threw on my old scale tie. Now I recall my school career, and much I've learnt I lost, I fear, but treasure still frae year to year. I kept my old skill tie. It's amazing the things that you keep. I remember for a while there, I think it was until a few years ago before I started travelling all over the place. I used to have an old scale book. It was done by McDougall's. It was interesting. Well, I suppose we'll better go in here a bit breakfast and a bit scran. It's exactly 5:45 AM. I've not been to bed yet. You know, I just can't sleep in the summertime. It was too warm. Well, as I said, I'll go and dip my old skill tie in my coffee. Toodaloo the new. Take care of yourself, where are you, moose? There's never a moose about the house when you need it. Toodaloo.